What makes a country truly free? Is it just waving flags or singing anthems? Or is there something more? Something invisible that holds us all together? This is the story of how India didn't just become free but became a republic. Through the making of the Constitution, the journey that transformed us into a republic. And it took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to gift India something priceless. India achieved independence on 15th August 1947, ending centuries of British rule. But freedom alone wasn't enough to define a nation. A country made up of different languages, cultures and beliefs needed a strong foundation, a clear system to protect rights, ensure justice and guide governance. That foundation was laid on 26 January 1950 when the Constitution of India came into force. So what's a constitution? It's like a rule book or a map that tells us how to run our country fairly, freely and equally. Without it, India would just be a free land without direction. And it wasn't just a legal document. It was a vision for a new India. One where every citizen is equal before the law. One where power rests not with kings or rulers, but with the people. That's when India became a republic, a sovereign nation shaped by its own values and led by its own people. But building that republic was no ordinary task. It took vision, courage and years of relentless effort to shape a system that could truly represent all of India. Imagine writing a book for 1.4 billion people, each with different languages, cultures, beliefs and dreams. It all began on 9th December 1946 when the Constituent Assembly was formed. At the heart of this massive task was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the principal architect of the Constitution, a visionary who believed in justice, equality and dignity for all, no matter their caste, gender or religion. Alongside him were brilliant minds like Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi, N. Gopal Swami Iyengar and T.T. Krishnamachari. Members of the drafting committee who helped shape the constitution line by line. Together, they held intense debates, discussions and disagreements, not to divide but to define what was best for India, because they wanted the best for India's future. After almost 3 years, on 26 November 1949, the final draft of the Constitution was ready, but it came into action on 26 January 1950, and that's the day we celebrate as Republic Day. They didn't just write laws, they shaped a vision, one that could hold a country as vast and diverse as India together. What they created wasn't just for that time. It was built to stand the test of time, to guide every generation that followed. That's the power of the Constitution they gave us. India's Constitution is the longest written constitution in the world. With its preamble, 395 articles and a clear vision, it promises justice, liberty, equality and fraternity to every citizen. But sometimes the biggest ideas come in the simplest words. Just listen to the first few words of the preamble. We, the people of India. Just those 4 words carry something powerful. This country doesn't belong to a king, a ruler or a few powerful people. It belongs to us, all of us. That means every person, rich or poor, young or old, no matter where they're from, has a voice, and that voice matters. Our constitution protects that voice, like the right to speak freely, to study, to practice any religion and more. And yes, even children like me are not left out. We have the right to education, the right to be protected, and the right to be heard. That's not just cool, that's powerful. These rights aren't just written words on paper. They're the result of years of struggle, of minds that refuse to settle for less, and hearts that dream for a better, fairer India. The Constitution gave us these rights, but behind every line in it stands a story, a sacrifice, and a belief that India could be more than just independent. It could be equal, united, and truly free. Republic Day isn't just about parades, speeches, or flag hoisting. It's about remembering the hard work behind the scenes. It was built on the sacrifices of millions and the vision of a few who dared to imagine an India that was free, equal, and united. People like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who rose from a life of discrimination to write laws that protect every citizen, like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who united more than 500 princely states to form one strong nation, and women like Sarojini Naidu, Hansa Mehta, and Durgabai Deshmukh stood firm in the Constituent Assembly, demanding rights and representation for all. We celebrate them. Their voices shape the India we live today. And now, it's not just about remembering them. It's about honoring their legacy by understanding our rights and living our responsibilities. Because being Indian is not just a label. It's a promise to uphold the values they gave us. Whether you're 9 or 90, this constitution belongs to you and me, and so does the dream they left behind. Republic Day is not just a celebration, it's a continuation. And now it's our turn to carry the dream forward. And on every 26th January, we remember the moment we chose to stand tall as Republic. So the next time you hear the word Constitution, think of it as a gift, one written with sweat, vision, and love. A gift from our past leaders to our future. That's you and me. I hope you enjoyed this little time travel with me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such inspiring stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay proud, and keep leading. Signing off, Page Pulse Belly. See you next time.